Good day, everyone. I am Zairil Pisan Mabilog, taking a Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, major in Information Communication Technology. In this video, I will be conducting an interview about the yesteryears and 21st century teachers and students. Also, in this video, we will be able to know the difference between the early and the younger generations in terms of their teaching and learning ways. And I will be interviewing one from the early generation, which is 50 and above years old, and one from the younger generation, which is 20 to 25 years old. So good afternoon once again, everyone. I am Zairil Pisan Mabilog, and together with me is Mr. Shane Aspacio. And at this moment, I will be asking him about the 21st century ways of learning. So I have prepared here some questions, and I want you to answer from your heart. So, what kind of education you have today that is not present in the early generation?
Well, I think it is apparent, no? I think it is the use of technology incorporated in the education wherein you have to use technologies, especially, for example, what we have during our um, pandemic, wherein we have to use Google Classrooms as the medium for learning, as well as the resources, no, comes directly from the internet, wherein it is easy to access, as well as it is convenient for us since back then you have to really borrow books from the libraries, which is quite a hassle compared to us now.
So, do you think that sa mga early generation or sa yesteryears nga mga students kay they have or the katong mga una nato nga mga tao is they have made the right decision in terms of adapting to technology based learning?
So what you mean is about the people who have incorporated technology in
Yes.
nowadays. So I think they have really great views since they have seen that technology is really helpful for us now since the evidences are clear for us right now, right? And I think they have done a very good research as well as things to incorporate technology to adapt to this 21st century education.
Yes. So, um, in connection with that is the way of teaching in this younger generation or in the generation that we are in today are better than the early generation. And what are their teaching strategies?
Well, I guess it is indeed. However, we can also say that during their time, it is actually the best method of teaching since they are um, depending on the resources that they have. But now, since we have the resources just like technology, so of course, if we really compare it from before, of course, today is much more dominant. I mean, very good as well as yes, as just as what I've said, it is better than from before's generation. And also the teaching strategies compared to before is before the teacher are the center or the stage on the stage wherein they have the knowledge that is needed by these students. While nowadays we have for example, the internet where they have various features wherein they have Google Scholars or articles. We have websites that have the information that we need.
Yes, I do also agree with you that both are good. Like for example, they have done there are successful teachers or successful individuals that have gone through such mga strategies sa una, di ba? So both are good actually. And last question is, are teachers in this generation more strict than the early generation?
When So this is based from my experience for today's generation as well as the experience from my mother. So from based on the experience of my mother, it is actually much more stricter than before since I think it wars or the authority over the government, I guess, is one of the factors since during that time peoples are quite violent, no? So nowadays we have the acts for the children as so compared to before we have the a violent discipline wherein you can receive a physical abuse punishments compared to to nowadays wherein teachers really do observe disciplines. However, it is not strictly compared to the early generations. And also, the teachers nowadays is much more of like they facilitate the learners, while on the other hand, but before they have to really discipline the teacher and the students, since it serves as their reputation.
So how was your experience as a 21st century learner?
How was my experience? So a as a student, we're in technology is thriving as well as incorporated education. So I have deal more on gadgets, no, which is quite disadvantage sometimes since it quite affect my eyes. However, the advantage also outweighs the disadvantages since I have much more access to informations as well as learning that I can use in the future. And also, the technologies right now is quite engaging as well as it is really helpful in my field of education or expertise, wherein I can easily do my activities, projects, as well as things that I needed in order to pass my course. And yes, so
Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Espacio. So good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon Ante. Ako din si Zyril Pisan Mabilog, nag-eskwela dyan sa Norso. Nagtikuha sa kuan ka ng education, education, Bachelor of Technology and Technical Education. So, ganapit pangutana, Ante, kabayan bitaw sa una ninyo ng mga kaagi, nga kuan ka ng early generation. So, napin mga pwede nga pangutana. Una, kay what education you have experienced before the kind of education for the young generation as they experience today. So, unsa man itong pamaagi sa pagtudlo sa mga maestra, itong una sa inyong pang panahon, nga kuan lahi na pud karon sa wala pa niabot ng mga technology, kanang mga cellphone, sa wala pa tong cellphone, unsa man ang pamaagi sa iyang pagtudlo ninyo?
Mas nalahi ron kaya ini tikbet ako kaya agi ang pandemic kaya online na si kuan ba naglahi yun ang kuan kay compare sa pero sa akong panahon na magsaka so marami po okay na wala na comment anak kay nindot man po ang kuan kay computerize mo kita.
Kasi masayon Ante nga kuan. Kasi masayon sa una nga kuan walay mga cellphone or walay internet or karon nga naanay internet
So,
walay mga
rabaya
cellphone.
na internet. Sa'yo na dito kuan. Sulat ako.
So, mas prefer da ini mo tong kuan katong magsulat-sulat katong sa libro ka tanan.
Sa unang panahon,
Mas maayo ang
sa unang panahon, mayo. Pero mayo kung sa unang panahon, mas nabis yun na karoon ng mayo. Pero, siyempre, mas madali na. Kaya teknolohiya na, wala, computers. Kaya matugag mga munisipyo, dali na pangitaon ng pangalan. Kaya wala.
yan. So, kuan na jud kanang mas pinasayon na kay ano may internet mas dali na ang kuan pamaagi. So, kuan Ante kanang ikaduhang pangutana kanang was the students before are more disciplined than the students today? Kanang mas disiplinado ba dyan ang estudyante sa una kaysa ang estudyante karon?
Ako'y uban nga madisiplina, na ako'y uban nga wala ako'y disiplina. Pareharagot karon. Na ako'y madalang disiplina, na ako'y madipindi sa ikan sa ilang palimalay.
So, unsa yung mga pamaagi sa pagdisiplina sa mga maestra sa una? Kay karon kay bawal naman paluon ang estudyante sa una kay katong sa inyong panahon Ante kanang pag mangisod ang maestra saan man ang estudyante.
Okay, dali na po may kaimo kuan sa una, masukot ng maestra, wala na makakuturo. Karon lahi man kay mahadlok naman ang mga teacher ron, amping pud sila basin ay video or Nahinig yung kaayaw ka naman
Ang
karon.
mga bata sa una, isa ra kasipat sa gusto nato. Pero karon tungod sa mga teknolohiya ba, mga bata na influence na sa mga computer. So dili na mahadlok, siyempre anak naman sila mga dulag mga kuana.
Kung unsa jud ilang makitaan sa internet, oy ilang
Delikado na.
masuhid, murag mahadlok
Okay.
ng disiplina.
Depende man na. Kasi sa unang panahon, bisan gani ang sa panimalay. Usa ra kasinggit sa ginikanan, hadlok man ang bunal. Karon, pag-abot sa eskwelahan, gihapon wala sila mahadlok. Gahi na
Okay, ay gahi rag ulo sa una. So kan ante ka nang nangandoy ba ka nga kuan ka nang sa una na ay internet nga kanang dali ra kay maka-search og mga one answer kaysa karon nga
sa unang panahon ako nangandoy na internet. Pero wala mo kabalog maabot man ang internet. Sa unang
ay
panahon.
kanang sa nimo karon ante
Ay, oo.
karon nga
Ay, oo.
kanang sitwasyon.
Okay, di kayo mas dito pag high speed pag ako. Eh, tanawa ba lang yung kayo na nabulahan online o pasanan. Wala tayo call center dire. Tagang di kayo nakakuman. Magaan ang call center. So, huwag pa na sa mga toong system.
Sige, thank you so much Tess sa imong time nga gihatag kay kuan ka. Ako kay ning tabang sa mga estudyante nga kuan nag-interview din. Salamat o hapon pag
Salamat.